For ladies, you need to be able to know when the guy really loves you. Love is not a feeling. Hi, this is Niyi Odunsi, and we're on the Good News Channel TV, the Bedroom Talk channel. Now, we've been talking about the purpose of sex, and I've established the fact that God created sex for two purposes, main purposes. The first, of course, is procreation, and the second one is bonding between a man and his wife. Now, we've spoken about the fact that most people confuse the purpose of sex with the design of sex. And that is what has led to a lot of heartaches, a lot of problems, a lot of hurt and dysfunctionality in society. Now, let me show you from the manual that God does not like sex without responsibility. You see, sex is supposed to be within the confines of marriage. Now, if you look at Genesis and chapter 38, the Bible talks about a young man called Onan. Onan had a brother. His brother was called Er, and his brother was evil. His brother was not a good man. God killed him. Now, he had a wife. He was married, but he didn't have any kids. So, according to the Hebrew custom, God asked Onan to get married to his brother's widow so that he could raise children for his brother. Now, Onan didn't argue with that. I suspect that his brother's widow must have been very attractive. So, he slept with her, he had sex with her. But when he was about to ejaculate, he decided to withdraw himself so that his semen, his sperm, spilled on the ground. Now, God was not pleased about this. God killed Onan also to show you that God does not want sex without responsibility. Now, this, unfortunately, is what is going on in the world today. There's so much sex without responsibility. People want to have sex. They want to experiment. They want the pleasure from sex, but they don't want the responsibility that comes with marriage. Sex is to be, according to the manual, between married couples. And this is not being old-fashioned. It's not being old-fashioned at all. Like I've explained to you earlier on, we have the problems we have in the world today because people have ignored the manual. People are ignorant of the manual. People think that sex was invented by man. And that's why you have to get back to the manual. God does not want sex outside marriage. There is a great responsibility that comes with marriage. And it's inside this holy matrimony that God put sex between a man and his wife. Now, people don't know the nature of sex. The Bible makes us understand that sex is the physical manifestation of a spiritual act. Sex by nature is spiritual, but it's physically manifested. Sex is not just a physical thing. It's not just an act. It's a spiritual thing that happens between a man and his wife. You see, when you look at scriptures like 1 Corinthians chapter 6, you discover that there is a union, a spiritual union, when two people have sex. Now, the Bible talks in that scripture about someone that is not married having sex with someone else that is not married, and it calls it fornication. The Bible actually says run away or flee from fornication. It says flee from fornication because it says when you sleep or have sex with someone you're not married to, what you're doing, as it were, is joining your body to a harlot. Joining your body to a harlot. That shows you that it's a spiritual thing. People think they just sleep with someone else, they have sex, and they go away and nothing has happened. No, you're making a big mistake. This is why soul ties occur. People sleep with someone else, they don't realize that there's a spiritual bondage. It's taken place, it's happened already. That's why many times it's difficult to break away when you've had sexual relations with someone for some time. It's difficult to just say, okay, it's over, I don't want it anymore, because sex is a spiritual act. You're leaving a part of yourself with whoever you sleep with. And this can develop to serious complications. Serious, very serious complications, spiritual complications in future. So, by nature, sex is just a physical manifestation of a spiritual act.